Hi everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to 2023. So I am going to do a series of videos to introduce to you financial wellness, and I think this is something that I'm learning as I go along as well. So I really hope to be able to walk this journey together with all of you, and to reach our ideal financial health and financial wellness, especially in the year 2023, so that no matter what the news may say about the economy and all that, we are not afraid, or we are not shocked by it, and we have something that we can cushion on, and we have one another, right, to support each other. So in this video, I'm going to just introduce to you what I would be talking more about in my following videos. And so here it is. Right, so this is the path to financial wellness in 2023. I'm not sure if it's going to change in 2024, but this is basically a framework, right, for our financial wellness, which I developed over the last 1.5 years, and through what I've learned and in this financial industry, as well as in my own current business, in the family business. And I noticed that I found out that in order to reach an ideal financial wellness, right, we need to consider a couple of things. And from those things, we'll be able to consolidate and focus on two main subjects, okay, in our financial health or financial position. So first of all is that we're going to consider about the protecting and preserving of our wealth. So we have our income, right? We need to protect those income, and the income that comes in, we need to preserve it to make sure, for example, when inflation rises and so on and so forth. So we need to be able to preserve it. Or sometimes some people talk about it as budgeting, some people talk about it as reserves. So that's protect and preserve. And the next aspect is to accumulate and to enhance. So to protect and preserve doesn't make any changes to what we already have. It just stay as it is. Whereas to accumulate and to enhance is what we talk about as growth for our finances. Okay, some people, they say, I don't even have enough. How to grow my finances, correct? But let's put it this way. As long as you have one seed, there's always a potential, right? But first, you need to know what to do with that one seed, right? How to make sure that seed is even a good seed to be able to start growing when we put into the soil. So just a very brief explanation on this slide. To protect and to preserve, what are we protecting and what are we preserving, right? Like I mentioned, we are protecting our income. We are protecting whether the income is an active income from our career, from our job, or the income that comes passively from our investment, from probably the interest in fixed deposits. Okay, so we need to protect that, and we need to preserve it. Okay, so we understand what kind of expenses we are looking at, so that we can preserve whatever is coming in, and the liabilities that we are currently liable for. For example, if you are a family, you own a property, right? So that property is a kind of liability because you're paying for the expenses, you're paying for the hire purchase, your loan, and so on and so forth, right? So, and the expenses can be active expenses or regular expenses, or it can be some passive expenses. For example, passive expenses like your investment, you have to pay for all the fees and things like that. Okay, so those are passive expenses. And the operational expenses are those what we must spend on the needs. Okay, for example, your food, your living, daily expenses, right? So these are expenses and liabilities which we need to control and manage, so that we can protect what comes into our bank account. And then from there, right, we can consider about the insurance and retirement. So why are we protecting and preserving? Insurance actually is a form of leverage. The insurance, for example, health insurance, if there is something that happens and there's hospitalization bills, the insurance can cover. So thankfully, we do have our CPF, whereby we have our MediShield and our CareShield that can shield us. Okay, so if you haven't upgraded your MediShield or CareShield, do consider to do so. And if you are not sure what the differences between these two, do feel free to contact me as well. Okay, other insurance form will be like savings. So savings can preserve your income, and it's a kind of forced savings, which I really wish that I did more of this when I was younger. Okay, but I didn't. So I only have a little bit, not too much to continue to grow from here. And the next thing to think about is the retirement. So the preservation of our income today is to help us to leverage for when we grow old, our retirement. So for me, I'm thinking I still have 20 years to protect and preserve what I have today. Okay, protect and preserve from inflation and so on. And the retirement funds that I'm going to accumulate for when I grow old, what am I going to do with it? So these are things that it is life that we think about probably constantly. So we want to protect and preserve. Through protection and preserving, we can actually have a good idea of how to manage the expenses, liabilities, and where to put into insurance, and how to preserve for our retirement. And the next thing the second part for financial wellness is to accumulate and to enhance. So this is when we have already done all that we need to protect and preserve. Okay, it means that we are comfortable already. Accumulating and enhancing is an additional thing, which is wise to do. Okay, is wise to do, right? Because we really do not know how economy will look like in the next couple of years. So to accumulate what we already have and to enhance, we can do it through income, we can do it through investment. So income, for example, maybe you take on another job, which I think at my age, I don't think I want to do so. Maybe you're younger, more excited about life, you want to try different things. Yeah, the income, you can use it to accumulate and enhance after you protect and preserve it, okay? And the investment is more of a passive thing. It can be from low risk, mid risk to high risk. And low risk investment can be things like a fixed deposit. It can be things like you can even say investment in yourself, in education. All right. The mid risk would be some investment funds, investment linked policies and so on. These are a little bit of a mid risk. And then the high risk ones are, for example, stocks, for example, properties, and so on and so forth. So investment has got different layers, and depending on our risk appetite, we can go into different levels. So this thing also, it is we're not talking about investment as in, it is very tied together with time. The longer you invest, the more you get compounded effect. So if you're young, you start early. At my age, I still have a little bit of runway, which is not so bad. So, but if you're a little bit older, okay, in your career, in your life, you want to start to think about retirement, it's not too late to. You still can think about it, because why? Whatever you accumulate and whatever you can enhance today, right, it will lead on to the future where you know that you have that amount, the extra, to transfer and to distribute. Okay, so the transference and distribution of our wealth is about giving. So we will think that I don't even have enough for myself, how to give? The question is this: do we want to give when we can give? And do we want to give when we need to give? Right? So having this in mind, we will know that no matter how small your seed may be, it could be a mustard seed, which is really, really small. It can grow into a mustard tree. And in the mustard tree, it can form even more mustard seeds for more mustard trees. And mustard seeds can be used for many, many purposes, medicinal purposes, and also for food, for enjoyment. So that is what we're really talking about, in terms of financial wellness. So in this sense, this is a holistic idea that I want to present to everyone. Okay, right. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. Right, and I want to wish you all again a very happy New Year 2023. I have more things that I want to share, but I will leave it to the next video. So look out for my next video, and hope to hear from you soon.